see. What is it saying?
I'm just waiting. Okay. Now we're back. Yeah, we're back.
Okay. I think we had a issue with our internet connection, and we're down for a little while. I believe we've got things back online. And if you, guess I'll give you a little bit of a recap. In the last inning, and I think Game Changer was having trouble updating, but our batters were Daniel Creamer, Caleb Gilson, and Wyatt Wilson, and the Austin Texans were able to retire us in order. Jackson's back in the Jackson's back on the mound, and the first batter pops up to shortstop. Drew Moore, looks like he kind of lost it in the sky, and it drops in for a single. Not sure what happened.
Did we intentionally walk him?
The batter was moved to first base. We can't tell if it was a balk or if we called for intentionally walking. Oh.
Intentional walk is what I'm being told.
I believe that was their cleanup hitter, second baseman. So we have no outs, runners at first and second. First pitch was a strike, swinging strike.
Ooh, that's a rope. That's a hard line drive that's going to drop in front of Lavender, the left fielder. He comes up gunning towards third base, a bit off the line, but Tinkopa does a nice job just to smother that one hopper back in to keep all the runners to advancing just one base. So just like that loads the bases up with no outs.
Quite a bit of pressure on Jackson here. Bases loaded.
Yeah, so it looks like folks are being able to connect back. Don't know what happened there. We lost our connection and had to kind of restart everything, but we're in the top of the third inning. Scores 3-0 to the advantage of the visiting team, Austin Texans. They are threatening again here with bases loaded and no outs. Thunder hitters were retired 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the second. We've only gotten one base runner on so far today, and they have definitely put pressure on us each inning. Nice job right there. Cavazos coming back and throwing a nice strike, swing and miss. He's throwing from the windup with the bases loaded. He leaves that one a bit up high. One ball and one strike to count. He pounds a strike, a low fastball in there, swing and miss. Cavazos seems to be just getting more comfortable with his command as the game goes on. Ball in play.
Oh.
Just a hard chopper.
That's going to bring in 2 runs.
Yeah, it's going to bring in 2 runs. It's a seeing eye single right between Tinkopa and Moore. Tinkopa made a good effort to stretch out. He was playing up a bit, and ball got through quickly.
Coach Lavender wants to come talk to Jackson. Jackson's shaking his head. He's frustrated, I can tell. So we're going to have a pitching change.
I believe we're going to have James Koch come in now. So Thunder finds themselves in a tough spot right here. Still early in the game, but 5-0 deficit sitting here in the top of the 3rd inning. 2 runs have come across in this inning, and we still don't have any outs. Runners at first and second. We'll take a little moment here to share with you who else is playing in this Division II. There are 8 teams that are set up in Division II. This is one of the 2 early games today from the bracket. Austin Texans against the Houston Thunder. Also, another team from Texas called the Ellis County Eagles are facing a team from Virginia, the Fairfax Hawks, right now, and they're over on the field next to us. And then later today at 12:30 Eastern, the Houston Eagles, that's also the HCYA Eagles, who we have played several times. They're one of our good rivals there in Houston. They're waiting to know who they are playing because there's a game going on here this morning that will decide who plays them. And that is going to either be the Tulsa Jaguars or the Winston-Salem Hawks. The Jaguars from Tulsa was our first opponent in the first day of pool play. And then the other game that's at 12:30 today for Division I will be between the Nashville, Tennessee Monarchs, and they will either play the Charlotte, North Carolina Stampede or the Fort Worth Riders. So again, those games that are going on to decide who plays them are going on right now as well. All right, James Koch is done with his warm-ups. Jared McDonald goes out to have a chat with him, and he's taking his spot behind home plate. We're going to resume play here again with a 2-0 count.
That's right. I believe this is their number 7 hitter, the center fielder.
He squares around to bunt. He pulls back and takes that one low for a ball. They're definitely looking like they're trying to manufacture some more runs. Runner at first and second. Another square around to bunt. He pulls back. But that was called a strike. Nice pitch.
It looks like our coverage on the bunt, Tinkopa's charging, and Drew Moore's backing up to cover third because with the runner on second.
Ball's
this time
in
he
the air.
swings.
Looks like Ennis is under that one, and both runners will not try to advance on a tag up. That's a very much needed first out for us. Just a routine fly out to center field.
So now stepping into the plate for the Austin Texans is their first baseman, who's a lefty. And our defense shifts to play him to pull the ball. Fastball on the inside. Looked close, but he didn't get the call. Brings the count to 1-1. And he smokes one down the first base line. Foul. I believe the count's 1-2. And he gets a fastball by him for strike 3. Oof, we needed that out to create some breathing room.
Put away, James. You got this.
And he paints the outside corner of the fastball. Jared had a good frame on it for strike 1.
On your toes, Thunder. Up.
And he pops it back over the backstop. So James Koch is working ahead, 0-2. Let's see if we can get out of the inning. And he hits a chopper down the third base line. And
Got him. Got him.
Tinkopa wasn't able to field it to make the throw to third, but Drew Moore was backing him up, and the runner from third tried to advance home. And Drew set his feet, made a good throw to home, and Jared was able to apply the tag to get the third out at home. So the Thunder are able to escape this inning with only 2 runs scored against us. And I believe that's going to bring us to James Koch, Jared McDonald, and then Lucas Lavender in the batting order. So the pitcher for the Austin Texans has gone 2 innings with 2 strikeouts. We have not managed to get a hit on him yet. Let's see if we can get something going here in the 3rd inning.
Why is it not charging? You're definitely charging, right? It's working?
Yep. Are you low on battery?
I think I'll be okay. First pitch on the way to James Koch. He's swinging. Ball's over to shortstop. Wow, nice. Good job. That ball was low. It was a one-hopper. Looked like it was scooped pretty well by the first baseman, but he is called safe, so he must have beat it out. Hit that ball not as sharp as it sounded at first, caused the shortstop to have to come in and charge a bit on it, and that's a big-time leadoff base runner for us. Jared McDonald steps in now. Good take right there. That ball is just a bit outside. He's been able to locate that fastball pretty often for a strike, his first pitch, but not there. Good take low, ball 2. Courtesy runner in for the pitcher Koch over at first. That's Jake Brown again. Takes his lead. Ball low. He's worked to count 3-0. Definitely a hitter's count going here for McDonald. Takes one there for a strike. Three-one pitch. Pitcher comes set. Good take low for ball 4. So just like that, McDonald does a great job being disciplined and working a walk. We got runners at first and second with no outs. It's going to bring Lucas Lavender, our leadoff hitter, top of the order, back up. Good to see a little bit of activity going there on the base pass. That's going to bring the Austin Texans coach out to have a chat with his infielders and pitcher. All right, Lucas Lavender steps in. Pitcher steps off the rubber.
Not using a courtesy runner for the kids. And Lucas swings at an inside fastball, fouls it over the back. Strike 1. So we got Jake Brown on second base. He was the pitch runner for pitcher James Koch. And Jared McDonald is at first base.
Spin move from the pitcher, swings around, doesn't throw to second, but puts Brown back on second base. Just holding him tight there. Nice take on the inside.
Calls in the outside corners. So Lucas has a 1-2 count.
Big situation right here. Lavender dialed in. He's down on 1-2 count, looking to put this ball in play, move the runners over somehow. And he hits it on the ground, hard to the second baseman, but no!
Lucas is quite speedy, and it looked to us like he made it in time, but the umpire called him out, and Coach Lavender understandably wants to talk this over.
If I'm Coach Lavender, I'm going to that umpire and saying, sir, would you please appeal to your home plate umpire, who had a really good look at that too.
I mean,
Lavender beat that ball out.
It didn't seem too close from us.
No, he hit it hard, which made it a closer play, but with his speed, that's tough. So we get a runner pushed over to third, but a really
hopefully we'll get a makeup call later on, because that is unfortunate.
You know, the play with James Koch running to first was a closer play that he called safe, but ball's lifted in the air. Tinkopa hits it to right field, and he's going to camp out under that one for out number 3. Certainly had an opportune time to score some runs there, and we come up short. Strand a base runner. After having the first and third situation with no outs, we are not able to get anything across. It's going to bring the top of the 4th inning up next. Notice we had 3 umpires in our last game. We just have a 2-person crew back here. James Koch is going to stay on the mound for us. All right, we are back here and ready to bring you the top of the 4th inning. It's been all Austin Texans so far this game. 5-0 is the score. Thunder definitely looking to have a quick inning here and get back in the dugout for some more hitting. First pitch is low for a ball. Two beautiful pitches in a row for strikes, and just like that, it's a 1-2 count for Koch. He hits it on the ground to Tinkopa, sets his feet, makes a nice throw across. Nice defensive play right there by Tinkopa. That's out number 1. This is going to bring up, so we retired the leadoff hitter. That was a key out. This is going to bring up their second. Oh, what an outstanding effort. It was a kind of a shallow line drive. It was dropping quickly. Lucas Lavender busted his tail. He came in and reached out and dove. The ball got in his glove, but as he dove and hit the turf, the ball did not stay in, so that is going to be a hit. Looks like he might have jammed his wrist a little bit as he hit the turf. He's walking back. Seems like he's okay. That was almost an outstanding play. So that was their number 2 hitter, left fielder West. Koch makes a throw over to first. So up next is their shortstop, Aruz, and he hits a shot. Tinkopa dives, but Tinkopa is not able to. I think he might got a part of his glove on it, but it was hit so quickly, it got out to left field super fast. So just like that, in 2 pitches, two base hits, and now they are brewing another threat right here with the runners at first and second. With 1 out, stepping in right now is their second baseman, Escamilla. He's their cleanup hitter. He squares around a bunt, pulls back, and takes a strike. All right, Thunder looking to make a defensive play here, get out of this jam. Gets him to chase one high. It was a fastball that was rising. He got a small piece of it, tipped into McDonald's glove. That is 1-2 now the count. 0-2, excuse me. Strike 3 looking. Strike 3 looking. I think the hitter thought there was another strike to go, but nope. He's walking back slow to the dugout. That was a really huge strikeout right there by Koch. He challenged him and painted the corner. 2 outs now, runner at second.
Yeah, the Texans have been able to put runs on us on each of their innings, so it'd be great to get out of this inning without any damage.
This brings up their number 5 hitter, Schwartzfeger, the catcher. Like I said earlier, I believe his brother is the pitcher.
He takes a big cut at the first pitch for a strike.
Couldn't catch up to that one. Ooh,
man.
Boy, that was close. Put it on the upper edge of the zone.
It's a little bit high, but considering how tall this batter is, I would have thought I would have.
It sure looked like it was right there and across his belt line. Okay, he's popped this one up. It's being called for by Gilson. Good job by Gilson to take charge. He ran way in on that, almost to the first baseline, but he took command of that as he's coached, and he brings in out number 3. Keeps that run off the board. Keeps that run off the board, strands a runner, keeps the score where it was at 5-0.
It's a really big inning for the Thunder. Let's hope we can
get. Thunder's gonna find a way to get a rally going. They need to start it with putting a 0 on the board. That's the first inning that we have kept them from scoring. They've gotten 2 in the first, 1 in the second, and 2 in the third.
So the batting order coming up is going to be Cavazos, Moore, and Kramer. His pitcher has been, for the Texans, has been pretty efficient. He's only thrown 36 pitches, so I think they're going to be seeing more of him.
Yeah, they're sitting right where they want to be with their pitching situation. Koch so far has thrown 18 of his 22 pitches for strikes. That's a number we like to see. All right, we got the meat of our order up. They're going to face the same pitcher. He throws from the windup exclusively. He does not throw from the stretch. Hopefully this second time around we can kind of adjust to what we saw the first time. And
Jackson is the first batter. He hasn't really gotten a hold of one in the tournament. He's gotten some hits
he's
and
due.
some RBIs, but I think he would really like to start this inning off with some power.
All right. Big leadoff at bat right here coming up for Thunder. As we start the bottom of the fourth inning. We mentioned earlier, I think it's 2 hours and 30 minutes is the time limit they play these games. So we started right at 9 o'clock Eastern time. So we're about an hour and 10 minutes or so into the game. About a little less than halfway of the time.
Wow, that looked like a low ball, but gets the call.
Yeah, below his knees, but not his pitch. Not a bad take for the first.
And this was over the middle, and Jackson serves it out into right field, foul.
Just a little late on that. He hit it pretty sharply. Really just with his strength, he just put his bat out there. But boy, if he could turn on one, the left fielder is playing in basically left center field. They're shading him way to be late on this.
Trying to actually say, if they've scouted Jackson, that's a pretty good. He likes to go opposite field.
Does.
So
that's a good point.
But he certainly is capable of pulling one down the line, and that would be an easy double.
Catcher framed it and held it. He was trying to get that extra outside pitch to be called, but he does not give it to him. That's the right call. 1-2 is the count. Pitcher comes set, and Cavazos fouls it back. Just gets a piece of it. Nice battle going on right here with this at bat. All right, here we go. 1-2 pitch again.
Oh, come on. Come on, Blue.
That was low.
It
Hard to
looked
hold
like
that one in. That was
it looked
catcher
like
framed it. That ball looked as low or lower than the pitch he gave him the strike on the first time. Tough strikeout right there. So our guys are going to have to battle. Drew Moore steps in. Another ball low. Definitely a ball there. Puts a good fastball past him. He just couldn't catch it. 1-1 is the count. Good take on that pitch. Looked about like the one he called strike 3 on Cavazos on, but gives him a ball there. Works the count to 2-1. Makes a cut at that one, but he's ahead of it. He fouls it off the third base fence line. One-two pitch.
2-2.
Man,
I got to say, this catcher is doing a good job of framing the pitches, but the pitch that he drew up on it, he didn't even swing at it, but it looked outside and low to me. So gets our first two batters to strike out looking, and Dano Kramer steps in. First pitch is high for a ball. And the second pitch is a strike.
got to keep battling. See if Kramer can wake us up a bit. Wow.
He gets the inside corner call there, Kramer.
Certainly a very generous strike zone being given to this pitcher. So makes it even tougher to get something to hit. We got to find one and put a good bat on it. Kramer chops that one foul. Keeps the count at 1-2. Looking for anything to get us sparked here. See what he can do with a 2-out, 1-2 pitch. And he paints the corner again, right on the edge.
All three of the strikeouts, strike three looked like it was in the same exact place on the outside corner.
It did.
Catcher did a good job framing all three of them, but
everything going the Texans' way right now. A lot of adversity that Thunder are having to face. The character of these young men are going to come out here. They're going to have to keep fighting and battling. Again, need to find a way to keep 0 on the board here as we go to the top of the 5th.
So these guys are going to have to pick each other up. And first pitch is a strike from James Koch.
Yeah, good to see James pumping them in there.
Looks like this is their cleanup hitter, who I believe his last at bat we intentionally walked.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he got a hit his first time up, so
James.
no, this is actually, who is this?
Oh, it
No,
may
this
be
is their third baseman, Castillo,
third baseman, yeah.
their number 6 hitter. He is 1 for 2.
And he drills one to center field that drops in front of William Ennis for a single.
Was a solid base hit. Yeah, got to credit these Austin Texans. They have swung the bats. That's their 9th hit, I believe, of the game, to only 1 for us. It's going to bring their center fielder, Anderson, up.
Coach Lavender calls time, and he's going to come talk to James. I think maybe with some of these batters getting to get their second look at James Koch, maybe he wants to talk about his approach.
Yeah, Anderson he drew a walk and got out the other time, so he's 0 for 1. I remember him. He has some speed. He got on the base paths and put some pressure on us there. I would not be surprised at all if they try to bunt this runner over with no outs. That's what they've been doing quite a bit. That may have been what Coach Lavender wanted to talk about, is make sure everybody was on the same page with their assignments. All right. Ball's in the air to right field. Drifting back a little is Cavazos, but he's under it. Pretty routine out there for out number 1. Big out. Runner can't advance to second. Stays on first. This brings up their first baseman, Rivas, left-handed hitter. And he is 0 for 2 today. Nice pitch by James. That ball had some nice drop tailing action to it. He swung over the top of it.
Takes another big cut, and it's in between the right fielder. Oh, Jackson almost made a catch. Couldn't quite get to it. Ennis backed him up, and that's going to bring runners at third and second for this double.
And ball just, I mean, how many of those hits today have been just, they put them right in the perfect little spot where we almost get to them but don't. It would have been a great catch had Cavazos been able to get to it. And just dropped in past his outstretched glove, and Ennis was backing him up, was able to get the ball in, and they do get the ball back in, keep the runner from trying to score. So runners at second and third with 1 out. And this is pitcher versus pitcher right here. This is the number 9 hitter, their pitcher, who is 1 for 2 for the day.
The first pitch was a strike, and the second pitch was high for a ball. So it counts 1-1.
James choosing to go from the windup here. And comes at him, challenges him, swings through it. Fastball, swing and miss strike. Okay, so we have a 1-2 count. Runners at second and third. And that's got to be a strike.
Yeah, that was a...
It's hard not. It's hard. I'm having to bite my tongue right here.
Yeah. We're not getting the close calls, that's for sure.
Ball in, ball in.
It's like a ball was fouled from another field onto our field. So the count's 2-2. 2 outs, runners at third, second.
I guess James didn't realize it. James threw the pitch in, but the umpire said no pitch because time was still called. Ball on the ground to Drew Moore. Only play is at first. It's gonna manufacture another run for them, but we got an out of that. Runner from second advanced to third. Ball was hit to Drew's left, and really his only play. The infield was not playing in there, so made the one play he could, threw it over to first. That's the second out of the inning. They get an insurance run across. 6-0 the score.
First pitch was a ball. You can tell James is a little frustrated with some of these calls. James likes to work pretty fast. Does not take much time in between pitches.
Where is that, Blue?
That second pitch was high for a ball. Third pitch, high for a ball. James comes back and pumps a strike. It's hit over. It's going to drop in for a single in between the shortstop and left field. That's going to score a run. First batter in the inning is going to be Caleb Gilson, followed by Wyatt Wilson, and then James Koch. James is the only one of the Thunder hitters who's been able to get a hit so far. Austin Texans pitcher has gone 4 innings with 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, and he's only given up the 1 hit to James Koch. So with all the batters have gotten a good look at this pitcher. Let's see if they can get something going here in the middle of the 5th inning. And Caleb doesn't wait around and hits it. Takes the first pitch and hits it to the third baseman, but he is able to field it cleanly and get the out. So 1 pitch, 1 out for the Texans. Wyatt Wilson is our next batter. First pitch is low and outside for a ball. Second pitch is also low and outside a ball. Texans pitcher has really been getting that outside fastball call. This pitch is low and a ball as well. So Wyatt Wilson's got a 3-0 count. Let's see if he can work a walk. Maybe get something to get a hold of. And that's in the dirt for a ball 4. So Wyatt's able to work a walk, create some traffic on the base path. The catcher wants to come and talk to his brother. Kind of a He's been dominating. This is kind of unusual for him to throw 4 straight balls. Now James Koch, the runner on first. First pitch is outside, and the catcher didn't like the lead that Wyatt was taking on first base and quickly throws it over the first baseman, but he's able to get back. Now the Texans coach is walking out to the pitcher and wants to talk to him.
Unfortunately, I was a bit behind on our scoreboard, and I now show 7. I had not updated that last run they made. So they got 2 runs in that top half of the 5th inning. 7-0 our score. A much needed base runner on the base pass with 1 out, and James Koch, our number 8 hitter, steps in.
And the pitcher again misses low in the dirt. Calling for a new ball. Not sure what's going on with this pitcher. I don't think he's thrown a strike, other than the pitch that Caleb Gilson hit. And that's a strike, and James fouls it back over the backstop. Bring the count to 2-1. Wyatt doesn't look to be taking an aggressive primary lead, but
jams him. Oh, and he boots it. Second baseman, his second error of the game.
Yes.
Maybe that can get us a little spark. Ball kind of jammed Koch, and hit pretty much right at the second baseman, but
I think the last hit that James Koch was to the second baseman and was an error as well.
Well, he beat it out, so I'm not.
Maybe it wasn't. This is his second hit.
It is. Well, I would say that would have to
was
be
an error, yeah.
But he was able to beat out his last hit. I don't remember where it was to, but to me that second baseman was thinking about getting it flipped to the shortstop at second to get that lead runner.
He certainly had
it too early.
He certainly had a double play just handed to him that he couldn't convert.
Ball low in the ground, in the dirt. So it sure seems like maybe this pitcher's fatiguing some, losing some command.
So Wyatt Wilson's on second base, and Jake Brown was courtesy runner for James Koch on first base.
Yep.
And now Jared McDonald's at the plate.
Now that ball gets by the catcher. Both runners are going to advance. Runners at second and third. Good situation right here with 1 out. Man. Sure had quite a few foul balls from the field to our left here come into our field of play. Another one just came over.
So this would be a great opportunity. All Jared has to do is just put the bat on the ball to get a run in. It'd be great to get on the scoreboard.
Want to see Jake Brown get an aggressive lead at second. Anything that gets to the outfield, he needs to score. He gets his lead. Wyatt Wilson his lead at third. Another ball low in the ground, in the dirt. I say in the dirt. It's just right on the top of the dirt, but it's definitely low.
He's been missing a lot of balls low in this inning. He's had very sharp command all his other innings. This is first adversity he's really faced.
Another miss low.
Yep.
So that loads the bases. That's I believe the second walk McDonald draws today. Yeah, sure enough. So he's done his job to get on base.
Catcher's looking over at the dugout. I think they're wondering if he wants to talk or maybe do a change, but the coach is not
They
wanting to
don't
make
have
any
anybody
changes.
warming up in their bullpen, so you would think if and when he makes a change, it's probably to one of the players out on the field. So Lavender, our leadoff hitter today, steps in, takes another pretty much identical pitch low. That's where he's been missing.
Don't want to do this pitcher any favors if he's not being able to locate his ball. And Lavender chases a low fastball for strike 2. Counts 1-2. So with bases loaded, 1 out, a sac fly or hitting anything on the ground would score 1, but it'd be great for him to hit it hard. So this one he hits to the shortstop, who gets the out at second, but Lucas beats out the throw at first. So Wyatt Wilson is able to score the first run of the game for the Thunder. So we're on the board. So we now have 2 outs with Jake Brown at third and Lucas Lavender on second, and our number 2 hitter, Seth Tencopa, up to bat. And that's a wild pitch that gets away from the catcher, and Jake Brown is able to score. And Lucas Lavender is able to advance to second. There have been a number of games in this tournament where the Thunder have been able to do a lot of damage with 2 outs. Let's see if we can continue that trend. Seth Tencopa up. Lucas has been, next pitch is inside for a ball. It was close but didn't get the call. Lucas has been a menace on the base paths. Not sure if he's thinking about stealing, but with Seth up to bat, I don't know that he needs to take that chance. And that gets by the catcher again, so Lucas is able to safely advance to third. Texans pitcher is really struggling with his control this inning. He's walked a number of batters, and we've been able to score on 2 pass balls.
I feel like we've seen a whole different pitcher this inning than what we've seen all game. But
and now Seth Tencopa is working from a 3-0 count. And that ball was a little bit high, but he gets the call for a strike. I think Seth was ready to head towards first. The umpire said not so fast. So we get a 3-1 count. And that was a strike that Seth takes a big cut at and misses, bringing the count full.
big pitch right here, 3-2. Puts it in play over to the second baseman. He's able to have a solid glove on that one, unfortunately, and throw him out at first. So that strands another runner for us. We do get 2 over. Chip away a little bit at the lead. 7-2 is the score. the lights coming on.
How much battery do you have left?
Like 20-something%. It usually goes quick.
So we're at the top of the 6th inning. James Koch is still on the mound. He's thrown 3 innings, given up 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 strikeouts. He's thrown 39 pitches, 29 of them for strikes. He's faced 14 batters. And the last inning, Thunder were able to get on the board with 2 runs. Let's see if the first pitch hit to Drew Moore, and he's able to, he throws to first. It's a tough throw in the dirt that Creamer's not able to scoop. So that's going to be a single. And second pitch is also hit to Drew Moore, and not Drew Moore. He's hit just past the second baseman out into right center field. Ennis fires it in there, but the runner at first base aggressively makes it all the way to third. So the Texans now threatening with runners at first and third. We have no outs. It looks like the catcher is up to bat. And that ball is in the dirt and gets by McDonald, so that will score a run. Oh. And had a little collision. James Koch was covering home plate and runs into the base runner. Runner on first was able to advance to second, so I think we've had just these Texan hitters are jumping on James, swinging, getting hits on the first pitches. First pitch is outside. Looked to be another close one that they could have given the call to, but they did not. So that'll be a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Ooh. James throws over to the runner at second, and it's actually kind of close, but he was able to slide back in there. And he throws that one over the heart of the plate and got a swing and a miss. It's tough whenever these pitchers are not getting those calls on the outside. I think it's just more pressure to throw it over the meat of the plate, and this, he took a big hack at that, and that was a high fastball that he gets by him for another strike. So he works the count to 2-2. James is really challenging him.
This is their number 5 hitter, their catcher. He's got 1 hit on the day.
And that
James just
gets away from James a little bit.
Overthrew that one a bit.
The count's full. Texans have a runner at second. And he entices him with another high fastball that he swings and misses for the strikeout.
Much needed strikeout.
Yes.
First out of the inning.
I'm surprised he chased that one. These Texans have been pretty disciplined about swinging at strikes, but that catcher was swinging all over the place. Now's their third baseman. He has 2 hits on the day.
He drills that one pretty deep to left. Turns Lavender around, and it's going to one hop at the base of the fence. It's going to be a
One-run
solid double right there. Brings another run in. It's all Texans today, 9-2.
Yeah. These guys have had a good look at James. He's really going to have to do a good job of mixing his location and speed.
I think he's leaving them up a bit more right now.
Yeah. James
He
likes to rely on his fastball, and he does have a good fastball, but I think when these batters are sitting on it, these guys are pretty good hitters and been tough to fool. First pitch is a ball. Second pitch is
on the air. Drew Moore's under it. He's calling for it. On the infield, pop up. Out number 2. Besides the run deficit, 9-2, the really hard stat to see right here is 14 hits by the Austin Texans to only 1 hit for us today. That is tough. Tough to overcome that big of a differential.
The Texans coach came out to talk to the umpire about something.
Some confusion about the runner on second base. Would they put a pinch runner out there?
I'm not sure. Looks like it's 10:50 Eastern time. And what did you say the time limit is?
Yeah, I think it's 2 hours and 30 minutes, so there should be plenty of time, 40 minutes or so left.
I think they're talking about, I think the exchange was about substitutions, and maybe a substitution instead of a courtesy runner. The batter who's stepping in for the Texans is their first baseman, lefty hitter. He had a pretty strong hit too, in between center and right field in his last at bat. And now Coach Lavender is coming out to talk to the umpire. I'm not sure what's going on, but
I think the discussion happening right now with our coach and the umpire is, I don't think they reported in their substitution before they did it.
do you know what the penalty is for that?
I don't.
Well, delay in the game is certainly favoring the Texans.
James throwing some warm-up pitches, trying to keep his arm fresh. Oh, look out. Brought a little laugh to everybody. Koch was doing a warm-up pitch, and it got by McDonald. The batter retrieved it, and he threw it back to the pitcher at the same time the umpire threw a ball, so 2 balls were coming at him. All right, we're back to play now. Gracious.
And that looks like it's going to...
That ball was ripped. It one hop to the right field fence. Left-handed hitter just drills a double and scores another run. They're at double digits now, 10-2. And he wasted no time to jump on that pitch.
This inning they've been jumping on James Koch on his first pitch offerings.
He needs to work the edges better right here. Misses high there, ball 1.
And he's missing high.
Just seems rattled right now, you know.
Yeah, I don't think that delay in the game helped at all. It's pretty unusual. So he's working from a 2-0 count.
Nice pitch there.
He might have taken a little something
He
off
took
that
something
one,
off it.
which I think he's going to need to work in some off speed, especially on the first pitch.
Golly, another ball fouled onto our field.
That one comes right to the pitcher.
The backstops around all these fields are not very high, and they're so far back from. There's a lot of foul territory. It easily makes foul balls get out and fly over our way.
Another ball high, bringing the count to 3-1. And this is their pitcher. He's had 1 hit and an RBI. And James throws a fastball for a swinging strike, so that brings the count to 3-2. This is a big pitch for him. And he hits a chopper.
High chopper to Drew Moore.
He's going to have to hurry.
He gets him. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So Drew's able to convert the out at first, get out of the inning.
It wasn't an easy play. The ball was chopped.
Yeah, it was.
That was chopped as high as a pop-up.
I think if that
Drew
pitcher
had to wait and wait and wait. Once he came down, he fired over and beat him by.
If that pitcher had been a track star, I don't know that he'd have been able to get him.
Yeah, he wasn't happy about it, but
yeah, it was a close play.
So that ends up being their biggest inning of the game. Kind of feels like all the innings have been big, but if you look at the scoreboard, they put 3 on right there, where they had put 2 or 1 on in the prior innings. So 10 runs now. Going to see a new pitcher on the mound for the Austin Texans.
Their first pitcher went 5 innings, struck out 5, only gave up 1 hit, walked 3, gave up 2 runs. The only earned runs that we've been able to score were on passed balls. So I think it was just a control issue last inning for their previous pitcher. Let's see what this new one. He's throwing a lot of breaking balls and curve balls. Doesn't look like he has the same velocity as the first pitcher.
Might be our equivalent of a 7-run stretch. It's definitely getting late in the game, so a little take me out to the ball game on. Sounds like some mathematics going on in the field next to us. Last I looked over there, it was like a one-run game. So now, Tiger, go ahead and run there.
Start off with 4 and 5 hitters. Jackson, Bazos, Drew Moore. It would be really
As
good.
baseball is set up, there is no clock. Well, I guess we do have a clock to play with today, but there's time left until that third out is on the board. We have life and we have hope, and these are the hitters that we'd be picking right now. Our heart of our order. Cavazos leading us off here. See what he can do with the new pitcher. And he lays off a high pitch.
That was a 66-mile-an-hour fastball. It would be great for us to just jump all over this guy quickly. And Jackson takes a big cut, but misses. Swung over the ball, bringing the count to 1-1. And he swings again over it for strike 2.
It's like he might be just getting a hair out in front of it. Buckle down right here. Hit it hard somewhere. Worked it up and in and jammed him. Kind of handcuffed him. He swung through it for strike 3. That's the first out of the inning. Like most of the batters today, Drew's looking for his first hit of the day. Curveball that misses in the dirt. Here comes the pitch. He misses low, ball 2. Two-0 pitch, misses low again, ball 3. Where were those pitches to Jackson? He was pumping high fastballs into Jackson. He's missing everything low here to Drew. That's a fastball over for a strike. Another fastball right on the outside. Drew takes it. At some point, these guys got to start swinging the bats and going the other way with those pitches, I guess. That's where that center fielder's shading over there to right center. Swing and miss, strike 3. He was not able to connect. Daniel Kramer steps in now with 2 outs. One and 0 count here to Kramer. Ball in the dirt. 2-0. Another ball in the dirt. He takes it, ball 3. So two at-bats in a row here. The batters get ahead 3-0.
Yeah, the catcher was setting up high on that one and threw it in the dirt, so it was kind of a big miss, looked like. He's setting up, I think he wants another high fastball on this one, and he does. And ump gives him the call. So Kramer's working from a full count.
Good take, outside, ball 4. Get a base runner across. Caleb Gilson's going to step in here. He's been putting the ball in play, hitting it hard. He needs to just see if he can find a hole. Like the way he's swinging the bat. Knocked in a couple of good hits yesterday, or on Tuesday. Good take there, ball up.
Oh my gosh. So Daniel Kramer had a pretty good lead, and on that last pitch, the catcher threw it to the first baseman, and it appeared initially to call Daniel Kramer out, and maybe he changed his mind. It's kind of confusing.
Yeah, the umpire's smiling. I don't think there's much to laugh about when
you reverse a call.
Can't make a call right.
It was a close play. I don't know that Daniel saw him, anticipated him throwing back to first.
Good take, again, a ball that's left up. Again, a 3-0 count here. 3 batters in a row. Ball 4. Ball 4. All right.
Next batter's Wyatt Wilson. Wyatt was able to work a walk one of his at-bats. I think he's going to need to show some discipline here. This pitcher retired our first 2 batters, strikeouts, and then has issued a couple of walks. First pitch is outside for a ball.
It's tough for a hitter when you know a pitcher is throwing strikes and then throwing a lot of balls. You just gotta be looking for your pitch. That was a pitch to hit right there. He took it all the way, it appeared, for strike 1. So 1-1 count, runners at first and second, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 6th here. That ball was up and away. Don't blame him for swinging. That's been called a strike today. He just wasn't able to connect. He's down here. 1 balls and 2 strikes.
And that was a little bit high, but definitely too close to take.
You can't take that pitch with 2 strikes. Well, once again, a couple of opportunities to get some runs, but leave 2 on the base pass. That's going to finish 6 innings of play, and 10-2 is the score.
Looks like we have some changes in the defense. Looks like Gunkel is going to be at second base. And I believe Gabe Sanford is going to be in right field. Jackson Cavazos is going to be moving from right field to first base.
Bobby Thompson had done it, and Yogi read the comics all the while. Rock and roll was being born, marijuana we would scorn. So down on the corner the national pastime went on trial. We're talking baseball, Klazuski, Campanella, talking baseball. The man and Bobby Fella, the scooter, the barber and the nuke. They knew 'em all from Boston to Dubuque, especially Willie, Mickey and the Duke. Well, Casey was winning, Hank Aaron was beginning, one Robbie going out, one coming in. Kiner and Midget Goodell, the Thumper and Mel Parnell, and Ike was the only one winning down in Washington. I'm talking baseball, Klazuski, Campanella, talking baseball. The man and Bobby Fella, the scooter, the barber and the Duke. They knew 'em all from Boston to Dubuque, especially Willie.
This is the first time I've seen
Mickey and the Duke.
second base.
Now my old friend, the bachelor, well, he swore he was the Oklahoma kid. And Cookie played hooky to go and see the Duke.
Sanford has played, I think last game he played in center field and did a great job. He's been a capable outfielder. First pitch.
Swinging, popped up. Oh my gosh.
And again, just
How many of those have we had today?
pop fly in between the second baseman and center fielder, and lack of communication, and it drops in for a hit. And these are the critical outs we've got to make. Let's see if we can turn two. These batters so far have been swinging hard at James's first pitch. And that one's high for a ball. And that is low and hit to Seth.
Got him! Yeah!
Great play. Seth fielded it cleanly and saw that the runner at first was taking a big lead and quickly threw it to Jackson. The throw was in the dirt, but Jackson was able to scoop it and stretch for the double play. So great way to make up for that other play. And
Coach can come contest it with a 10-2 lead. Come on.
Probably just wanting to chew up some of the clock.
Yeah, it was close, but what an outstanding stab, line drive that was. If Tencopa doesn't catch it, I mean, the way it's curving, it's down in the corner quick.
It'd be a stand-up double.
Yeah, and the catch was outstanding by him, as well as the scoop by Cavazos.
And the stretch. I think he needed
stretch
to
and
get every
scoop.
advantage he could.
That was not an easy play, but something to make these guys feel good right there. Defensive web gym, as we call it. I'd put it on ESPN tonight if I could.
Whoa, and that pitch gets away from James Koch, kind of at the head of the batter for a ball. It'd be great if we could get out of this inning with no runs. There's only been one other inning where we've held the Texans scoreless. I believe that was the fourth inning. They put 2 on us in the first, 1 on us in the second, 2 in the third.
I don't know about you, but I've never seen a coach so upset with a 10-2 lead. But
yeah.
I don't know what he's yelling and screaming at his guys over there.
Yeah. And James Koch is working a
Working
3-1
really
count.
fast, as he does. Just bear down right here. Let's get one more.
And he hits it to the third baseman, Seth Tinkopa. And
Yeah.
Jackson had to go off a little bit to catch it, was able to make the catch and get the third out and get out of the inning with no damage. No runs. Seth Tinkopa making some great defensive plays. I think someone was trying to put the cowboy hat on him, and he's kind of like, we're down 10-2. I don't know. It's cowboy hat time. But we do need some excitement to get things going.
I'm on fumes with my battery.
Yeah, I think we've been having trouble getting the laptop to charge, so there's a chance that we may not be able to finish the broadcast. Hopefully
We'll do
we'll
our
make
best. I'm trying to turn the screen brightness down, see if we can limp
it.
through
What
it.
if you close it?
If I close it, I think it'll stop streaming. So this is, without probably any doubt, our last opportunity here to mount a momentous comeback.
So the batters are going to be James Koch, Jared McDonald, and then we'll turn over to the top of the lineup with Lucas Lavender. So James has been the batter who's kind of been able to get some things going for us. Let's see if he can keep it going. And Jared has worked 2 walks. So we've actually been getting some good things out of the bottom of our lineup. It's the guys at the top who've kind of been struggling.
It's pretty rare when you're playing a full 7-inning game, and our bottom 2 hitters are just getting their third at bat of the game. So Koch in the box here. Here comes the pitch. He lays off the high first pitch for a ball. I think this catcher is used to getting such a liberal strike zone. He looks back at the ump like, was that a strike? Don't see how it would have been. That would be a strike.
Yeah, these Thunder hitters are going to have to be more aggressive about going after some of these close pitches. I think they're
We've
waiting
gotten down
around.
in the count too much today.
The Texans have had good success jumping on that first pitch strike. And he takes a cut at this one. It's a little bit high. He's working from a 1-2 count. And that one sails over the catcher's outstretched glove for another ball. Bring us to 2-2. And that is a fastball to the outside corner. James Koch chases it, and I think rightly so. I mean, that's been a ball that they've been getting the call on that ball right there, but he is not able to catch up to it. So that's a strikeout. First out of the inning. Jared McDonald, next batter. He's had 2 walks. Let's see, this would be a great time to jump on a first pitch strike. Just take a good hack. And he looks at the first pitch right down the middle for a strike. Second pitch is high for a ball. Ooh. And that one is a
Catcher's
strike.
interference. Catcher's mitt got in the way of his swing.
Jared took a cut, and the catcher needs to walk around. He looks like he really got hit on his hand pretty hard. Looks like we're going to have another pause in play. Come check him out. Jared looked like he took a pretty good cut, so this catcher is not.
Yeah.
I think he acknowledged that it was his fault that he stuck his glove out there too far.
Yeah, but Jared, being a catcher himself, kind of walks over and shows sportsmanship to let him know he hopes he's okay. That's good to see.
It looks like the catcher's going to come out of the game.
Mm.
And this is going to chew up some clock now, making some substitutions. It didn't look like they had a pitcher warming up at all. So, and it takes a while for another catcher to get all geared up. So
I'm going to take this chance. We're going to have a little bit of delay with them changing catchers. I'm going to stop the broadcast and power my computer off and back on. I think that might allow it to start charging. Sometimes that happens. So I'm going to sign off, and we will do our best to get back online here as soon as we can. Stay tuned.